the sun was shining, I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd changed it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress, Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out to the old East Coast. Lord knows I've paid some dues, getting through, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. Helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on a docks at night, both agreeing it was best. She turned around to look at me as I was walking away. Heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue. I had a job in the great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much till one day the axe just fell. So I drifted on down to a New Orleans where I was lucky to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind. You just grew, tangled up in blue. She was working at a topless place and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face and the spotlight so clear. And later on when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there at the back of my chair saying, honey, don't I know your name? I muttered something underneath my breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoe, tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never say hello, she said, you look like the silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true, it glowed like burning coals, pouring out for every page like I was written in my soul. From me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived with them on a Montague Street in a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. Then they got her dealing in slaves and something inside of her died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. And when the bottom finally fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on, like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. Now I'm going on back again, I got to get to her somehow. All those people I used to know are an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how they all got started, I don't know what they're doing with their lives. Me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point.